What's up everyone? Hi, happy new year by the way. Welcome to my first video of 2024. If you're new here, hi, Linda Opanga is my name and I'm a registered pharmacist in Kenya, and in this channel I talk about health and pharmacy practice. So if that resonates with you, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you. So I know right now most of us are setting our new year resolutions, our vision boards, our goals for the year. And if your goal is actually to work in the regulatory affairs space, then I got you. So today I'm going to talk about commonly asked interview questions for regulatory affairs. So stay tuned and I hope this helps. Before actually we go into the video, I just want to say that I actually offer regulatory affairs training. It's a 6 weeks course. So if you're interested, this is the course outline. If you're interested, then please just hit me up on my email, then we can discuss the terms. Thank you. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first question that you'll be asked is, what is a dossier? So basically a dossier is a set of documents that contain the quality, safety and efficacy information about a medicine that is supposed to be registered. And the next question will be like, what are the different parts of the dossier and what does each section stand for? So the dossier mainly has different 5 modules. According to the ICH guidelines, it has 5 modules. So the first one is module 1, which is the administrative information. So this one, it varies from region to region. So you'll find out that the module 1 of Kenya might not be the same as that of Tanzania, that of Uganda, that of US. So it differs from one country or one region to another. And basically, usually it's an application form. So they give you an application form where you're supposed to fill some information. Then we go to module 2. So module 2 is all about the summaries. So you are just basically summarizing your information, like the quality, safety and efficacy information of the summary. So it's divided into different parts. I will not go deeper into it. Then the next is module 3. So module 3 basically it's usually actually the largest part of the dossier, if I can say so. So it's usually composed of 2 sections, the API and the finished pharmaceutical product. So API is just the active ingredient, and then the finished pharmaceutical product is now what you will be, what you can administer to your patient, so the drug itself. So 2 different areas. So you'll look at the section of the API, then you look at the section of the finished pharmaceutical product. So manufacture, quality control. So all this is involved in module 3. Then now we go to module 4, which consists of the non-clinical study reports. So these are reports that have been done in non-human models. So if you do your studies in a rat, in a guinea pig, in the lab, all these studies that you do in non-human models will be contained in module 4. Then now we go to module 5, where now we look at studies that have been done in human beings. So these are clinical trials. Once the drug has also been launched into the market, you'll find out module 5 consists of the post-marketing experience. Like maybe this drug has been launched in Kenya and these are the adverse drug reactions that the patient are actually suffering from. So all that will encompass in module 5. So these are the major modules of the drug product dossier. So next question. Now we start going into now the practical aspect. Share your experience about drug submission and approval process. So here, basically the interviewer wants to know that, have you ever interacted with the portal? Have you ever interacted with the health authority? Do you actually know, like, if the employer gives you a dossier, like, this is a dossier I'm giving you, work on it. So from the time they give you a dossier, you do your own pre-screening. Then you will ask for the manufacturer for the missing information. Then after that, when they give you the missing information, compile it. Once you've compiled, like, together with the whole dossier, then submit, then make the payment. Then once you make the payment, the product will go through like screening. The health authority will screen, give you screening queries, maybe ask you to submit a sample. Then after that, your product goes to evaluation. Then maybe it's recommended, then you're given a registration certificate. Also during the evaluation stage, you can have different queries. So basically they want to understand, like, from the time they give you the dossier, you upload it on the portal up until you get the registration or marketing authorization for that particular product in that market. So just understanding that whole process, whether that country uses a portal or they still do the manual submission. So you need to understand that. If you're to submit a dossier and the API manufacturer doesn't provide the restricted part of the DMF, how do you handle it, yet you have deadlines? So in my submission process actually, there's times when now the API manufacturer doesn't want to provide now the restricted part of the DMF. So how do you actually go about it? Number one, you can tell your boss to organize a meeting with them together with the FPP manufacturer, discuss if they're supposed to, if they've been requested, they're supposed to provide. So if they don't provide then, and they don't want to provide that information, sometimes they don't want to provide because the information is actually confidential, but then again, this is like you're bringing the product to the market, so you should be able to provide this information. So in the case scenario that they do not want to provide the information, discuss with your boss all the possibilities, and they can either tell them to provide. If they don't want, then they can change the API manufacturer so that you can actually beat your deadlines. Then you resubmit that afresh. Then tell us about your interaction with drug regulatory health authorities and the outcome. So in this case, the interviewer just wants to know, like, do you have like your networks with the regulatory health authorities, or have you interacted with them before? If yes, how have you interacted with them and what was the outcome? So you can give an example of maybe in your previous company, like you were following up on a product, you approached this person, then they helped you like to schedule that medicine for review, for evaluation. Then after that, you are able to obtain a registration certificate. So you can just explain how you actually form your networks with the health authorities and how those networks have actually helped you to achieve your targeted goals. Then describe a situation where you had to manage competing priorities and meet multiple regulatory deadlines. How did you prioritize your tasks and what strategies did you actually employ? So here they just want to know about your organization skills. I can tell you for sure that there's times where you have like competing deadlines. So how do you actually approach it? One, you prioritize the task according to the deadlines. For example, you have two dossiers. One you're supposed to submit by, let's say, 14th January, the other one is maybe February. So what do? You start with the most urgent one, and then once you've tackled the most urgent one, then you can submit the other ones. So you just organize yourself in such a way that whatever task is of priority, you start with it and then have a to-do list, then follow that to-do list. Also, there are times when they tell you, like maybe you're working on a dossier and then they tell you, yeah, there's this variation that's maybe blocking a shipment. You will have to drop that dossier and go for the variation, like to get the approval so that the shipment can come in the country so that patients don't lack their medicine. So you can give like practical scenarios of what you've done and how you have done that. Then, how do you stay updated on the latest regulatory requirements and changes in the industry? So here they are testing your knowledge on regulatory intelligence. So do you read your guidelines? Do you associate with other people in the regulatory field? Do you actually go visit the HA? Do you check the HA website? Do you actually attend the HA meetings? Because most times the health authority will actually communicate to you via email and tell you like, yeah, we've updated this guideline, or they post in our WhatsApp group like the following is an updated guideline, and then we have a meeting like this. So in this case, you should actually give examples, like for example, let's say when Kenya wanted to introduce renewals, or when they wanted to maybe change the cost of registration, then we had a stakeholders meeting, participated, then you are able to inform your company about the changes. Also, you can talk to your friends. Maybe they've had something and you don't know about it, then they can update you. Then go to the website, then confirm this and actually update your company. Then, how do you collaborate with cross-functional teams like research and development, quality assurance, and legal to ensure regulatory compliance throughout the product life cycle? So here they are testing your collaboration skills with other members of the department. So for example, you're supposed to launch a product into the market. So have you communicated with the marketing team about like, we've already got this product, how are the launch plans, when do you plan to launch it, so that I need to get the registration certificate, by which date do you want actually to bring these products into the market? Or if it's a new drug that you want to register, have you talked to the research and development team, have you been given your dossiers ready? Or actually, in case of a recall, so a recall is whereby maybe there's a defect in the product in the market and you're supposed to remove the product from the market. So in that case, have you talked to the quality assurance team? Have you talked to the health authority? So have you involved everyone who's in the product lifecycle management? If you want to remove a product from the market, maybe it's not profitable to you, do you actually involve the relevant parties so that the process is seamless? So they just want to know how you actually interact with other people in the department of your company so that all these processes are actually seamless. Then, what is the biggest challenge you faced about regulatory affairs and how did you manage it? So here they just want to understand your knowledge about like maybe challenges faced by regulatory affairs professionals. So for example, the working under pressure, like ability, like strict deadlines. So for instance, you've been told that by the end of maybe May, I need this product registered. So one of the challenges you can say maybe it's like timeline. So maybe the HA says that maybe they're busy, maybe they're undergoing maybe a GMP audit, so they can't actually go and evaluate this product. So how do you actually manage that? So you can say that because of this, then I am scheduling, I'm like actually networking with one of the people at the health authority, one of the evaluators, and then when the next evaluation comes, then actually you can slot your product in for evaluation, then you can actually get your product evaluated, then you get your registration certificate. So here they just want to know, like, do you understand the challenges? So sometimes even you can go to the HA of some countries, like for example in Ethiopia, they can tell you that you cannot upload one variation if the other one has not been approved. For example, these variations are impacting shipment and they have not approved the previous one. So what can you do about it? So these are some of the challenges that actually people face. So yeah, if you're working in the regulatory space and you've attended interviews, what are some of the questions that they've asked you? How do you answer? Please let me know in the comment section. And if you want to come to the regulatory space, once again, please feel free to reach out to me via my email. I'll leave it in the description box. Then I can train you and actually coach you in this field. So thank you so much, guys. If you also have questions, leave them in the comment section. Thank you so much. Happy New Year and all the best in your goals. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.